The water cycle. Run and get a glass of water and place it on the table next to you. Take a good look at the water for some time. Now, can you guess how old it is? The water in your glass may have fallen from the sky as rain just last week, but the water itself has been around pretty much as long as the earth has. The earth has a limited amount of water. That water keeps going around and around. Well, you get the idea in what we call the water cycle. This cycle is made up of a few main parts. It begins with evaporation of water from the surface of oceans. Evaporation is when the sun heats up water in rivers, lakes, or oceans and turns it into vapor or steam. The water vapor or steam leaves rivers, lakes, or oceans and goes into the air. Do plants sweat? Well, sort of. People perspire or sweat, and plants transpire. Transpiration is the process by which plants lose water out of your leaves. Transpiration gives evaporation a bit of a hand in getting the water vapor back up into the air. The next part of the water cycle we are going to treat is condensation. Condensation is when water vapor in air gets cold and changes back into liquid, forming clouds. This is called condensation. You can see the same sort of thing at home. Pour a glass of cold water on a hot day and watch what happens. Water forms on the outside of the glass. That water did not somehow leak through the glass. It actually came from the air. Water vapor in the warm air turns back into liquid. when it touches the cold glass. We will proceed with precipitation. Precipitation occurs when so much water has condensed that the air cannot hold it anymore. The clouds get heavy and the water falls back to the earth in the form of rain, hailstone, and snow. Once the water reaches the ground, one of the two processes may occur. Some of the water may evaporate back into the atmosphere, or the water may penetrate the surface and become brown water that plants and animals use to drink, or it may run over the soil and collect in the oceans, lakes, or rivers. The balance of water that remains on the Earth's surface is runoff, which empties into lakes and rivers and is later carried back to oceans, where the cycle begins again. The picture below summarizes the water cycle. This cycle, as we earlier said, begins with evaporation. The sun heats up water bodies such as oceans, rivers, lakes, and turns the water into vapor or steam. The water vapor or steam leaves the river, lake, or ocean and goes into the air. The next part is condensation, denoted as B. The water vapor in the air gets cold and changes back into liquid, forming clouds. These clouds therefore get heavy when so much water has condensed that the air cannot hold. It falls onto the earth in the form of rain, hailstones, or snow. All these are known as the result of a precipitation process. We will proceed with the collection phase, which is the last step. The precipitate in the form of rain, hailstones, or snow fall back into water bodies such as ocean, lakes, rivers, and some of this precipitate penetrates the soil. The cycle goes round and round and round. Thanks for your kind attention, and make sure you prepare for our next lesson, which will be on the methods of purification of water.